People who take CBD swear by it. It helps with sleeping, it helps with anxiety, and it helps with headaches.
Yeah, but two different Utahns who take CBD say it led to them losing their jobs. They decided it might be time to get Gephardt to investigate. Complicated problem.
It certainly is, Mark and Johnny. You know, CBD oil is perfectly legal, even though it can have tiny little trace amounts of THC. That's the drug in marijuana that can get users high. Now, this is not enough to get a person stoned, but it might be enough to get them fired. My investigation found a pattern of CBD users all over the country who claim they have tested positive for pot. And strict company policies have painted some people into a rough corner, forced to choose between their health and their job. I wonder if it'll show up in drug tests. The Get Gephardt crew went undercover to one of the many CBD oil shops that have sprung up along the Wasatch Front.
Do you make it here?
We make it right here.
Oh.
There is no indication anything going on here is illegal. Both the legislature and the federal government have declared CBD oil is legal as long as it contains less than 0.3% THC.
That's not cheap.
We paid $223 for this bottle, the most potent that the shop sells, and sent it off to a lab to test for ourselves. Sure enough, it passed THC levels within the legal limit. Legal, but for one customer,
devastated. Sorry. I've been looking for a job since May.
Mandy was in the final stages of a job interview. It was abruptly yanked away after a drug test showed she had THC in her system. Mandy says she's never taken marijuana, and her doctor recommended she try CBD to try and fight migraines.
I didn't have any migraines, and so I'm like, this stuff is great.
That's right, Mandy finally found a cure, but it's a cure that now has her suffering financially. Is it worth it?
I stopped taking it.
Have the migraines come back?
Yes.
We returned to the Murray CBD shop, this time with co-owner Robert Sheen's knowledge and permission, and we told him about Mandy.
Generally, you'll pass most drug tests. However, I won't say it's outside the realm of possibility for you to fail.
That's right. Even though compliant CBD products only have trace amounts of THC, scientists have found that those trace amounts can store in a person's fat cells, and the THC can accumulate over time, which can lead to positive test results.
We want this stuff to help people.
Sheen believes the problem is not the small amount of THC in people's systems, it's the rigid, zero-tolerance company policies.
I think policies need to be updated to reflect what's federally legal.
Alyssa agrees. She had been taking a different CBD oil as a sleeping aid. Did it help?
Yeah.
Then, last month, she broke her foot after slipping at Corner Canyon High School, where she'd worked for 5 years. The school district made her take a drug test.
Did you have any concerns about that?
No.
You've been taking CBD. You weren't worried that you might test positive for THC?
No.
She should have been. She failed and was fired.
And even still going back to that moment, I'm still stunned. And I've never done what they think that you're accusing you of doing.
The district cannot determine conclusively how that substance was consumed.
Jeff Haney is the spokesman for Canyon School District. He defends Elisa's termination, saying district policy is clear. Employees who test positive for illegal drug substances will be subject to employment termination.
Is it a good policy in its current rigid form?
Well, what I'm telling you is the policy is very clearly delineated to employees.
Is it a good policy?
I say that the policy is clearly delineated to employees.
Is it a good policy? Is it a fair policy?
This is a policy that's established by the Board of Education, and it's a policy that is clearly delineated, and the employees very clearly are told about this.
As for Mandy and Alyssa, they are job hunting tonight and no longer taking that perfectly legal product that they say improved their health but cost them their livelihoods.
You get fired from your job when you didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, all of this, of course, begging the question, CBD is legal, right? And scientists have proven it can lead to positive THC testing. Can bosses get away with punishing employees for taking a legal substance? Could maybe somebody sue for their job back? This investigation continues tomorrow night right here on 2 News at 10.
It seems like they're going to have to change some of the policies if CBD oil is used regularly and is legal.
And that's just kind of the weird thing about this
Yeah.
too, right? Like when you start talking about prescription drugs or medical marijuana, which is coming, they'll have a doctor's prescription attached to
But
it.
she has nothing to show that she's just taking it legally.
This would be like somebody testing positive, right, for ibuprofen. Like I just can go into any pharmacy, any drugstore, and buy ibuprofen, buy Advil. I don't need a prescription for that.
Right.
Can a boss get away with punishing me for taking a substance that I'm legally allowed
That's
to take?
legal.
The investigation continues tomorrow.
All right,
It
Matt.
opens a whole new discussion, doesn't it?
Certainly
All right,
does.
Matt, thank you.
Thank you, Matt.